Well, ain't this a sight? First plowing was the 1850, and I was going really good until I got in where this grass crap is here, and started having problems like this. That stuff is so tough it won't cut. It wraps up on the blades. I got to pulling hard and I got a problem with my neck and can't turn it real good. And that back bottom, it's plugging up at the coulter. Needless to say, I got a mess out there in a couple of spots. But I guess I'm going to have to, in the morning, take the grinder and put a little bit of an edge on these coulters, because they're rather blunt. They're dull, real dull from sitting. So I'm going to have to sharpen them up a little bit. That's really the only one that's given me a lot of problem. The rest of them have started doing this, so they need the same thing. Pulling it pulls it easy. See on the sidewall about how deep I'm going. It's motoring with it, you know. Fourth gear, it'll idle pulling it. That's not a big deal. Just that grass. Where that grass gets thick, it just does not want to cut, no matter what. And you can kind of tell why. It's right on that wheel. So the wheel mashes it down. The coulter can't really cut through it. So I'm going to have to sharpen it up, I guess. But she shined up pretty daggone quick. In fact, as you're going down the field, you can feel the plow jumping like this. That ground's hard. It's wet, but it's hard. Really hard. I'm glad I didn't put the 6 bottom or the 5 bottom on it. You hit them hard spots and this thing will, black smoke will roll right now. But I'm going to call it a night. It's been a long, long day. I'll tell you what, we'll be back here in a minute. We'll go back in the field and look. Well, as test plowing goes, this side was doing fine going down through there. It's where you get over into that heavy, fine grass that I'm having problems, like that. You see them humps down there? It's the same thing. It's that back bottom getting plugged up because that grass is, you can't cut it. And it's funny, you take off and the plow moves over like this till you get about halfway down, and you can see the dead pro just goes dead straight nuts and the plow comes back. That lower end is hard, and I do mean hard. Took a few rounds to get it set, but it's braking fairly good. It's not perfect. Takes time to get a plow right on a tractor, especially a tractor you've never really used before. But it's hard and it's wet. but it'll break apart. Like I said, this ground's funny. See it? Blue, there's some blue clay in this in spots. You get down at the lower end, and I have to keep about 100 feet from the end because it is just soupy wet. But this grass, I'm telling you, is something else. This stuff is, you could bale this. You could actually bale it. And it's dying, but it's in that stage where it's drying up, but it's still got enough green in it, you can't cut it. Guess I'll probably be playing with a plow in the morning, seeing if I can get this thing. I may have to switch coulters, I don't know. Right here it's only about 4-5 inches in the ground. You can see clay in that. But if I can't get the plow to cut this, there ain't no way I can chisel plow it. That'd be just a humongous mess. I really didn't want to disc it, but I may have to, because I know this whole bottom corner down there is going to have to be left because I can't drive through it. Probably 250 feet up into the field, that whole lower corner is just going to have to be let go. The backfield back in the back, the whole lower end of it is wet too. Really wanted to get this turned under good. But this stuff right here, sorry about that, batteries died, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to try to put an edge on those coulters, see if that'll help. Adjust that back one down even lower. Plowing wise, like the back end, well, front end needs to be adjusted a little bit. Otherwise, it's doing a pretty good job. But is that ground ever hard? It's wet, but it's hard. And I'll put it bluntly, that's why everybody around here is planting right now, because the ground is no-tilled and it's got such a friggin' hard pan in it now, you won't sink but a couple inches if it's wet. And then run a turbo till on it, dry that top up, and then it's ready to plant. But the crops around here are starting to show that in the fact that there is that hard pan. A lot of guys are trying to go with ryegrass over the winter as a cover crop, so them roots get down there and bust that up. Well, you have to plant it thick enough to do any good, and if you plant it that thick, you got to bale it, and nobody has time to do that in the spring. This is kind of it's a double-edged sword around here. You either do it this way or you turbo till and get that hard pan. That has to be broken up sometime. this is the first time this ground's been plowed since about 2004 or 5. It's been 15 years since I plowed this half. 2012 I plowed this over here. And you could tell right in here with the chisel plow where I got to the edge of where I moldboarded. And it's been just, this side's been disc or field cultivated. But I'm going to call it here, guys. It's about 8 o'clock. 8:30 actually. It's been a long day. Working on a lot of different stuff. Doing a lot of different stuff. And it is what it is kind of deal. I wanted to be on this about noon. Well, that didn't happen. Long story, long day. But at any rate, guys, we'll see you next time. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Maybe I should have Jacob come over and mow that and bale it. I swear you could do it. We'll see you next time, guys. Okay, guys, we're going to get you some plowing action. do you like that, guys? Old 1850 is a rolling the dirt over. And this is some hard ground too. Let me tell you, it's hard. A lot harder than you'd think it'd be, but I'm not going to complain. So let me get another headland laid off, and I'll see if I can figure out where to put the camera so you can watch. Hang on, guys, we'll be back. Well, this is what it does. I put an edge on this blade with a grinder, but there's so much of that crap that you get spots like that, because there's so much of that fine grass and it's plugging it up. So I'll be back here in a bit, guys, once I get this cleared up. Hang on.